All right, guys, so I want to go through the basics here again. And the reason why we keep working through the basics is you never leave the basics, you build upon them. So what happens is, again, for you guys that have a little bit more experience, have you ever gone through a deal and you realize you missed something and it hurts you in the future?
Yes.
You always go through that, right? Oh, I didn't tell them about this, or we found out about that later on, so on and so forth. There's a process that we all kind of work through it in sales. And basically, it just makes it easier. And it's not just for cars, it's for RVs, it's for motorcycles, it's for houses, it's for businesses. It's the same principle on basically everything. We all know, let's just walk through it and kind of explain what steps and why we do them. What's the first thing that happens in the sale? We usually do, but what happens to the customer as they're coming, right? The customer is coming, they see the building, and they drive in. What do?
The appearance of the building.
The appearance. So it'd be the first impression, right? I don't know if you guys have bought anything like large or something, because like people are coming here to spend $40,000 to $50,000 to $100,000, right? So if you show up and there's no parking at a business, what do you usually do?
You leave.
You leave. So again, like you had a perfectly good customer that's going to make part of your rent payment, or half, and he came in and because there was no parking, he left. That's not cool. That's tough, right? So part of the first impression is basically parking. And what do we do to help with parking? Like when I appraise a trade, where do I park it? All the way there. If there's no room, all the way back. If we come back from after a test drive, what do we do with our car? We don't just leave it up front and come back inside. We go park it back so we can have other customers. Because there's no guarantee that guy's buying and you want to get the next up, right? What else is part of the first impression?
Cleanliness of the building.
Yeah. Clean building and area, right?
Yeah.
Do we, like some of the other stuff that we talked about, like if you walk into the dealership, it looks like somebody had a buffet on the first desk on the left or the right. How does it make you feel about the rest of the dealership? It can't stay clean. Like you ever been to somebody, you guys are young, but like, you ever walk into somebody's car and it's a disaster?
Yep.
Yeah. There's like cups from like 3 years ago. You gotta fucking shove shit aside to sit one of your friends in the back. And if you're guilty, don't raise your hand. But again, like when your car is kind of like a disaster, generally the disaster, the rest of your life is. You know, it's not personal. It's just like everybody. When I go like even before I pull credit and I go out and I look at people's trades, I'm like, this person is known from. If you can't organize your car, how can you organize your credit? So, clean building, and then the other stuff like the lot, right? Does the lot look good? Like, is there a reason why we park our cars so they look straight, so we look professional and stuff? If you can't take care of the small things, guys, how can you take care of the big things?
Yeah.
And that's with you guys as new guys. Like, you know, we're sending you out to do random stuff, like drive here, pick this guy up, go pick up coffee for us. Like, it sounds really silly, but I'm lending you an $80,000 car to go pick up coffee. We're giving you our business and credit cards, and we're asking you for an order.
It's a responsibility.
It's you know, like if you worked at a bigger business or something like that, are they gonna sit you down with a CEO and make you do stuff, or are they gonna send you out for tasks? Small things that you're doing, right? Again, like, you know, like it kind of sounds silly and stupid, but it's true. Like if every time we send you out with a car, you hit something and you didn't get our order right, how would we feel after a week?
You're fired.
Pretty much, yeah, you know. But it sounds silly, right? What else? Again, you, right? Can the customers smell you before you can talk? You know, does it sound like you're doing a good job? Does it sound like you're, you know, like, does it look like you care, right? Did you show up with like clothes that haven't been ironed or like have been left in a dryer and you can smell the smell of dryer smell? You know, everybody knows what that is as you're an adult, right? Kind of make sure that it takes care of it, right? The second thing that happens, what happens? After they see you and they see the place, they park, they come inside and you go out and they're like, hi, you know, do the old hand, like, hey, you're approved, you know? But the joke is again, like, hey, thanks for coming to the dealership. We appreciate it. What's your name? My name is such and such. What brings you by today? Were you here for cars, RVs, or for some kind of service? Oh, you're here for service. Let me walk you down. Guys, I never want to see somebody be like, it's over there. There's nothing more annoying than as a manager and as somebody who's spent time in sales saying like, hey, the washroom is over there. Every time you see me with a customer, say, hey, let me walk you down. I've always done it. I say, hey, do you want a coffee or water? Let me walk you down to the water. I'm not going to say it's over there. It's insulting, man. You haven't been here. You don't know where it is. You guys ever been to a government building when you're doing some paperwork and they say the washroom is over there? You're like, over there behind the counter, behind this thing, right? So we do basically a meet and greet. What's the goals of the meet and greet? So we want to say hi.
How are you doing today?
Thank them for coming in, which makes them feel welcome.
exchange names.
Find out who they are, right? Who they are. What brings them in? Hey, were you here before, or is it your first time? Were you talking to anybody? Were you talking to anybody online, or had you made a phone call earlier and such? And where are you coming from? Are you coming from this side of the city or not? Oh wow, that's pretty far, guys. Was there a specific car you're here for? Everything is knowledge, guys, and everything's a benefit, and every objection you get is a chance for you to show that you're a professional and make them want to buy more from you, right? So what we do, guess we find out who, what, when, where, and why, you know? And then from there, how do you transfer somebody from a guest sheet to your desk? Oh, sorry, from me to your desk. Go on, everybody. Because the next part is doing a guest sheet. What do you tell people? What do you tell people? When you meet them, hey, thanks for coming in, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, what kind of vehicle are you looking for? What brought you into the store today? All this stuff. You told me what kind of vehicle are you what kind of vehicle I am looking for. I set them into my desk.
But how do you get them to move to your desk? What do you say? Like the actual physical part, because some people, we understand what's going on with that, but basically, like, what are you saying, right? I would say, hey guys, it sounds like you picked the right vehicle. Let me ask you a few questions so we can make sure we can save you some time and hopefully a whole bunch of money. Does that sound fair?
Yeah.
Follow me. And just turn around. And you walk to your desk. They will follow you.
Yeah.
It's hard to argue, guys. Does that sound fair? Is a very, like, it sounds super innocent, but it's a really, really, really strong argument. Because they have to logically make a decision, give you some logic about why it doesn't sound fair to follow you. So give a good valid thing, why they should follow you, and then does that sound fair? Kind of move forward, right? So on the guest sheet, how do you start your guest sheets? Hey, how do you spell your name?
Can I add to this real quick?
Yeah, of course, yeah.
To everyone when he's walking through, he's walking you guys through. Sorry, I'm Tejas.
Taryn.
Hey, nice to meet you. Anyone else? Hey, Karen. Karen, nice to meet you. Anyone else? No, and everyone else? Okay, perfect. So, what he's sharing with you guys here right now is fundamentally the most important thing you're going to learn in sales. And I can fundamentally tell you, people who do well do this very well. It becomes their second reflex. And I can tell you, I've done this a long time, and I promise you, people who don't do this well, they don't do well in sales. They're really good talkers and don't have, their pockets are really, really empty. You understand? Guys who do this really, really well have really thick pocket girls. Do this really, really, really well. Do you guys understand? Because they're sharp. They know if they get the little commitments, they get the major commitments later. People who are just kind of like, da, 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 they never get the minor commitments, and they're scared to ask the major commitment, which is the trial close later. This is the most important fundamental blocks I'm talking to you guys about, and when these blocks are in place and become second nature for you, then everything you do is already designed around minor commitment, minor commitment, minor commitment, minor commitment, major commitment later. Make sense, guys?
Yep.
So again, I can't stress this enough, these fundamental building blocks make it the only way you do business. Don't build the habit of complacency. Because when complacency sets in, you get a few wins, not following process, then you learn it the wrong way. Make sense? We learn this now, man, because in sales, your only tool is how you talk to people.
And shortcuts or pay cuts, boys.
They are pay cuts.
Pay cuts. Okay?
So no shortcuts, just pay raises. Make sense? It'll be the most rewarding, most financially lucrative career you'll ever have, or it'll be the worst career you'll ever have. And I can tell you right now, look at this room, the training you guys are having right now, dial it in, dial it in, dial it in, and man, I'll tell you, the amount of money you're gonna make is gonna be nothing but funny. And that's what makes it fun. Cool! Anyways, it's a long lost skill of actually being a salesperson.
It is.
See you guys.
So again, guys, on the guest sheet, so when we're doing the guest sheet, what are we trying to establish? Who's involved? Basically the who, where, what, and everything, and you're confirming, but start with their name. Have you guys ever been in the sale for a little bit and you forget their names?
All the time.
All the time. Just start with the end in mind. I'm not good at that. But basically, I always make sure that basically I write down their names because I'm like, I tell myself I like this person, but there's nothing to be like, hey you, hey come on over, man. Like like they know you don't know their names. They're just being polite, right? So again, get their names down. And when you go to your guest sheet, we'll do guest sheet training later on. You start with their name, and then you gotta kind of walk in, right? Because I explain this all the time. Like this is the reasons why we do these things is also like comfort. are basically like a rapport, right? What you're gonna do is you're gonna go through your sale and you're gonna build rapport and comfort and stuff because we have rapport and actions. Hey, somebody you don't know walks up to the counter or like you're at the bank and says, hey, I need your pen. What are you gonna tell them?
Get lost.
Get lost. But if it's somebody that you grew up with, that you spent your first, like you were children together, your parents know each other, you went to preschool, you was there in your first fist fight with somebody else and he kind of helped you. You do that, you're working on cars and everything, and then, you know, you're almost his brother, and he says, hey man, I'm dying, I need a kidney in your match. Guys, I use extremes to prove the point, okay? What's happening during your sale is, are you building rapport, are you building professionalism, or are you just a bully? And you can bully 10 to 15% of the people and it's okay, right? We know that. But the concept is, over a long term in your career, if you bully your customers, what's gonna happen is when you become a manager, you're gonna become a bully. And nobody's gonna wanna work for you, okay? We can fuck around and have some fun. My managed smile is shitty older brother, right? I like you guys, but I'm gonna be like your brother and poke you and prod you and kind of make you get better. But it's gonna be hard, but again, it's gonna work, right? But again, like the concept is during your sale, are you building rapport in the fact that you're a professional? That they made the right choice, that all these things, so when you ask them for the sale, they want to get the sale. Do we understand that, right? So who, when, where, what? What else does the guest sheet do? Builds rapport, right? When somebody asks like, hey, I'm looking for, I'm gonna get this Tacoma, right? Oh, cool, man. Like, you know, other than driving back to Fort Worth, how do you use your Tacoma? Well, I go to the mountains. Oh, which part? I don't do that normally. Oh, I go to this place. No, I haven't been there before. Tell me about it. And all of a sudden, they're reimagining their life. And how are you going to use your Tacoma over there? What's going to change compared to what you have now? They're reimagining driving the car that you're going to show them in their most fun time that they ever have, or their things that they truly enjoy. So when I say apple, is your apple green? Is it orange? Like, you know, like is it red? But what we're doing is your words are putting pictures in somebody's mind. They see themselves with their dirt bike on the back, with their girlfriend and their dog in the back. You're gonna have enough room in the dog. Yeah, cool. Like, you know, like, and what's changed and how it helps their life, right? When you're selling a vehicle, you're not selling the metal. You're selling what's gonna improve in their life, and how buying this vehicle is gonna make sense for them, or owning this vehicle. Pardon, that's my thing. You should never say buy. Rapport. Build a map. Because what's happening is when you're doing the guest sheet, the goal is to find out how am I going to get this deal. You know, if they're an RV and they say like it's too small right now, I need this extra room because I have dogs now, I have kids, so on and so forth. This is kind of what my budget is. This is where I'm at. This is the bank I was financed with last time. When you go to your manager and you look at it together, because that's one of the next steps. Do we see clearly how we're going to make this make sense? The money makes sense. Hey, I know this guy's going to spend an extra $150 bi-weekly with us. Can I validate that? Do I have a concrete enough reason that this person wants to buy a car? You know, like how is it going to improve their lives? How am I going to pitch this? Beginning with the end in mind, right? So this is going to be your map to the deal, and this is complicated a lot. The guest sheet, it's a 5 series of training sessions here. Just a joke. It's a joke, right? But like, there's so many great questions you can ask to get stuff. And what happens is when you're talking about the way they're going to use their vehicle, you're slowing down, you're writing down, you're asking them questions about it. They truly feel like you have their best interest in mind. They understand that you're asking the questions because all the other guys said, yeah, let me just show you the keys. And they just went up back the keys and said, it's over there. Hey, we never saw that. But the concept is, again, like, you want to separate yourself from the other people. Is this the kind of guy I want to deal that just throws me keys or says it's over there? Hey, yeah, it's here. Just lets me walk around it, doesn't say anything, doesn't give me a proper walk around, all these things. But you guys are young, but you haven't bought a lot of things. But like I bought properties in my life. I'm on my 9th one now, and I bought them all in the last couple of years. And then basically, I've never used the same realtor because none of the realtors called me back. But they could have had 9 commissions. The concept is, again, like, you know, like none of them did a good enough job that I want to deal with them or follow it up, right? So once we've done a guest sheet, what are we supposed to do?
Are you talking after the guest sheet?
Yeah, after the guest sheet.
Yeah, the next one's a TO.
The TO, right? So so the next one will be touch desk. So just so you understand, the TO comes after this, but touching desk. Why do we want to touch desk?
So
second
Nice.
phase, they're gonna
Yeah.
come meet and then.
We haven't gotten there yet, so you walk, I see you, like, you know, you got your guest sheet, you're walking up to the tower, and you're like this, right? You're like, hey, this is what's going on, you're like, I've got a guy here.
Plan.
You can plan the
We
same.
can make a plan, right? Plan together, right? Hey, is this guy with Carfinco, or is this guy with Rifco, or is he with somebody else that we don't know? Hey, does it look like he had equity? What kind of cash is he putting down? Does this guy want to put $1,000 down and have a $100 bi-weekly payment on our diesel? You know, like, we all laughing, but like, this stuff happens, right? And what's gonna happen is together, because again, like, I want you to sell cars. If you guys don't sell cars, I don't get paid. We're gonna make a plan, right? And I'm gonna go out and find out what's missing. And just some of the things it tells me, like, you know, like, if you got your guest sheet and there's only a name and a phone number and a card he's looking at, do I think you have rapport?
No.
Would you think you have rapport? I mean, there's nothing wrong with that, but again, like, taking time at the beginning on the guest sheet is gonna make things easier because you're building this. You can either do this all over the time, or you can run at the end and be here and ask for this and have to fight uphill. And that's always shitty. We've all had customers that are happy, we go in, it's a little bit of the bump, but they're like, I see the value, and just sign up. And then you're like, hey, that was good. We've all had the people that grind us for an hour, leave, we call them for 2 weeks, we come back, and then, you know, we've been calling for 2 weeks and they either never call us back or they come in and grind you for 3 weeks and you gotta show them 7 cars. I'd rather do the beginning. And again, like, that's what Tasia was talking about. Basically, when you do this well, it filters people out or pushes them down. Because now not only do they feel that the vehicle has value and makes sense, they wanna work with you because they've had other experiences. I don't know if you guys have had a chance to have customers come back only wanting to deal with you because other places were so shitty. Right, so that really matters, guys. So once we touch that and we make a plan, we find out what's missing, I go do a TO, so turn over to your customer. I come in, I go through the guest sheet with the customers, which is so important. I tell them everything's gonna be okay, they made a right decision. I go through the information again and I trial close. Hey guys, as long as it made sense to you financially, you found the real RV and it really did fit in your life and it made sense and helped you out, how soon would you soon to trade up? Like how soon to start enjoying the new RV with your family? It's probably what you came here for, right? Hey, you know, I'll shake your hand on that. Whoop. You know, again, like, these are the things that we're supposed to do and help out. Now you got 2 friendly faces saying that we're gonna help them, taking the time to meet them, slow down the sale so we can speed up later on. And then what do we do after a TO?
Test drive demonstration.
So first we do a presentation.
Yeah.
You know, like based on the guest sheet, which is all the way down here, we're gonna show them why this makes sense. Show them why. And we're gonna build value. If the guy wanted the extra bunks and you didn't have it on the last one and you don't talk about the bunks, are you helping yourself?
Nope. No.
Does it sound like you paid attention to the customer?
Nope.
Just look like an idiot.
Right? So again, like these things, like I said, every one of these things matter. This is where you build rapport and value. So again, we go through, based on what they were telling us, and you have to investigate that. I was looking at this, 28-foot trailer because I like it. Okay, let me show it to you. You didn't ask why. You don't know that he had a new kid, he needs the extra room, he's got a dog now, his parents are moving in from outside of the country. All these reasons that you said, hey, what's changed in your life? Getting a new trailer makes sense. Well, this happened, this happened, this happened. Cool, let's help you out. You know what? You're right. This is what getting this new RV really makes sense. Getting this new 7-passenger really does make sense. You're making the right decision. I'll help you out with the rest. People are like, oh, good. Because people that come here, like genuinely, guys, somebody comes here looking at a car, do you not think that they kind of went through, did the whole like online thing, went to the payment calculator we have at the bottom of the page for the exact car they're looking at, played with the dials,
They probably
decided
know
to make,
more than
they
us.
know more. But the concept is, we have to make, they already decided that if things worked out proper, or even if they were kind of close to proper, they would already move forward. You were at a motorcycle shop, does anybody come in and argue with you about parts and accessories?
Yeah,
But do they want them though?
yeah.
And they already went through and they say, hey, this is what it should look like and so on and so forth, I put this stuff on. If you have that on your thing, but it's the same thing, guys. They just want to confirm they're making the right decision. Most of life, that's what it is. You want to buy a house, hey, I want to buy a house, you go to the realtor. He's like, hey, which neighborhood do you want it? I want this one. Hey, that's a great neighborhood, you picked the right one. Why were you gonna go there? Was it because of cost or close to something? Oh yeah, it's close to the school I want my kids to go to. That's great, guys. You're going through the same process. But do you understand that you're going through it as a salesperson because you're the professional one? You do this once, twice a day for the rest of the year. How often do people buy houses?
Once every.
Once per lifetime usually, right? Like again, my parents are still in the same house they built and bought. You know? So again, going through. We present, then we do a demo. How should your demo be? It should be kind of the course that you always take. It should, if you can, it should have a little bit of higher speed, a little bit of driving in like a suburban area. Then on the way back from your test drive, you should pick a spot and then you should do a trial close, which is the next step, right? Your trial close. What's the point of the trial close?
Get a yes.
Get a yes before they see the dealership. Before they see the big flashing lights, go auto in red or orange, you know, like do people get more relaxed when they see that you're getting close to the dealership, or do they get more stressed? Stressed. Again, this is simple, guys, but again, knowing what we know, how about we do this? Hey guys, just before we get back and everything goes crazy, let's go through the vehicle. You were telling me earlier that you needed this for your back, right? Because you had a sore back in the long run. It's got it. It sounds good, right? You were saying also you wanted the extra room because you have the dog now. It's gonna help you, isn't it? Yeah. And then your wife wanted this color specifically, and she wanted the leather. And it's in here, right? Yeah, okay. I think we found the perfect vehicle. As long as it made sense in your budget, you'd be happy with this, wouldn't you? You can see yourself driving this for the next couple of years. Yes, oh perfect then. I'll shake your hand on that. That's the easiest part of my job. Let's go back inside, we'll walk through it and see if it makes sense. That's all it ever is. There's tons of different ways of doing it, but the one I teach is basically just a recap of what was said at the get sheet. But again, if you don't know why they're getting the RV or the car, how are you gonna make that trouble?
You gotta know their story.
And do you think that the customer would rather say yes to that once we've been asking, yes, commitment, or you just, at the end, you get to the tower and you get to the front door and say, hey, you wanna buy it?
You gotta at least say with confidence.
Well, what I'm saying is, again, like, you know, like, there's a confidence way of doing it, but if you haven't done a good job, how can you be confident about it?
Yeah.
You haven't asked them if they like it, you haven't confirmed that it's the right thing they're doing, you haven't told them over and over they're making the right decision. How do you feel about asking them about it? Not so great, right?
No, because you know there's nothing there.
You know, and you do, again, like, when you're with somebody and you've done a great job and you call them back, you deserve for them to answer the phone. If all you did is you took the phone call, they didn't show up and you didn't call back, you don't deserve the sale. There comes a point where you have to give value to get it back. And then the last but not least, the last part of the thing is to touch desk again. So second touch desk. Why do we want second touch desk?
Let the managers know what's going on.
Yeah, are we going to paper? Do we need to reselect? Is there something wrong? Did something go bad? Did you hit something? Did you hit someone? Is the customer just like, they got back, said, hey, thanks guys, and then just ran away. Their card took off, right? That happens, it's okay. And then after that, just walk by and say, hey, go into paper. And paper is pretty simple. You do a worksheet, which is the bill of sale. You do a Carfax, all the stuff that we do, a VHR, a VHR and AMVIC inspection. So guys, if you did not do that, if ever sorry, how can I rephrase that? If you get good at doing these things, basically you're gonna have good results. But where do you think you should start getting good at? Do you think you really need to be a good negotiator?
Nah, build value. Rapport.
Here guys,
Become their friends.
here's the important things. Hey, do you make a good first impression? Does it sound like you're a professional when you talk to them? Do you dress cleanly? Do you smell? You know, the extra things. Do you greet them properly? Do you look them in the eyes? Do you have a good handshake? Not a good handshake, but just like a regular handshake, right? Like, you meet some people, they're like, I'm like, holy shit, man. Like, I have big hands, but like, fuck. You know? And then guest sheet, like, do you do a good guest sheet? When the people are sitting down with you, do they feel like you genuinely want to help them get into a vehicle and you understand their needs and they want to work with you? If you can't say yes, it's okay, but just like, maybe that's a step. Because what happens is, the more you find out about them, the more they feel like you care and the more they want to deal with you, okay? And then when you come to the tower, are you giving us good information? Do you understand what we're looking for? Do you understand how we can do this? Because again, like, the cars speak for themselves. Like, we don't have any horrible cars. Some of them smell like smoke, some have something going on. But that's part and parcel of the business. We're in a used car store, but these things are gonna be the things that really change how your day goes. Because you can either go really fast here and spend an hour here, reselecting 3 times because we didn't know they needed a 7th passenger or this or that and just went for a test drive. Or we can take our time here, build a rapport, and then by the end the customer wants to buy the car from you. Which one's easiest?
This one.
This one, right? So again, for us, it's just kind of a factor of that, kind of going through, and this is basically the process that we use for everything. There's no special tricks, there's no special anything. Every sale, whether you're in real estate or in car sales or bike sales or RV sales, is going to be the same thing. But once you master these things, you understand where you're going. You understand that basically, this is the things that I need to get to the next step. And what happens is you're building on. You're not just like skipping step, coming back. Oh, you know, we went for a test drive and everything, but I got to come back and ask you a question about why you're buying the car. And you sound funny, but sometimes I get people that come in and I'm like, hey, why are they getting the car today? I don't know. No. That's all. Right? So guys, again, very short, very sweet, but basically this is the concept of what has to happen. And again, like, these are the actions we need to say, but what are we doing? When you're meeting and greeting, what are you doing? You're building rapport. You're establishing control. You're finding out who's involved. Am I half dealing this, or are they here to see somebody who's already available? And I'm going to find out 10 minutes down the road, right? Guest sheet. Who's involved in the car sale? What am I going to do to make these guys say, give me the best probability to make these guys say yes here, today, and now? What kind of payments am I looking for? What trade do I have? Who's involved? All these things. That's the stuff you're trying to find out. Touching this. Hey, do we feel that we have this is a deal? Are the numbers relatively okay? If the guy wants to be 200 bi-weekly and he's here looking at a $90,000 diesel, I'm not going to go show you. I let you go show the vehicle. We're going to make a game plan here. Hey, why does he feel that he can get that payment? Last time, did he put $50K down, or did he have a trade paid off? Does he have a lot of negative equity? You hear me all the time say, go out with meet your customers, say, guys, I can't help what happened in the past, but I can help you moving forward. Can you allow me to do that? You know, like, and again, like, these are all the setups so that down here, we're not surprised. I'm not serving 84 months, 600 bi-weekly when they want 200. And the fact that you're asking means that you care enough to ask, walk through it, and the customer recognizes it, okay? So one thing that you kind of learned from this one there.
Yeah, during the demonstration, you have to make sure, like, you know, the future you're explaining them, like, future advantage, benefit.
Yeah, you're showing them why the things that matter on the car or where they are. Again, like some people, like some trucks have like backup guidance and all that stuff. If you don't show them about it, do they know what? Do they know what they're paying for? How about yourself?
Probably the demo. I'm very good at making a friend, figuring out what they're doing, but probably the demo kind of paint more of a picture sort of thing.
Yeah, you're painting a picture of how their life's going to be with this one. If you're selling a house, you'd be like, hey, you know, you're talking about hosting people over here. You know, you can from the kitchen, you can see the whole area, the whole island, everything. It's going to be nice. Everybody's going to be able to see each other. That's going to be good, isn't it? And then in the back, you've got the large room you wanted because you have your dogs. That's going to really be better than your apartment you're in, right? You're painting a picture of their lives with a vehicle, right?
Exactly.
Yourself.
Just going back to basics, and basically it's like hanging out with a friend.
Yeah.
Because
Make a
if they
friend.
like you, and they like the vehicle, they'll buy like, that's why I got my last truck deal.
Yes.
They're like, this has been so easy, it's like,
And I went out on your numbers and it was easy, right?
Yeah.
Because we set the proper expectation.
Yeah.
How about yourself, Jack?
Basically, the process, spend more time there, instead of focusing on closing, because you can't close if you don't know why they're here for.
Why are they buying the car?
If you know
Who's
what they're here for,
involved?
you can use that
What are they trying to achieve?
as a closing tool.
Yeah. How about yourself?
Be their nicest friend and know their story.
Yeah, at the beginning, again, like your goal is to be a nice one and work on
Yeah.
guest sheet. That's what we're gonna do for a bit, right?
Yeah.
How about yourself, Isaiah?
Spending more time on the guest sheet, getting all the information, like when they sit down, when I'm talking to them. Because a lot of the time I learn stuff like on the test drive, and like I really wish I learned that earlier.
You could pick better, right? And you could tell them they're making the right decision. And after you tell them, hey, we're gonna go do this, this, and this. And as you're doing what you said you are, you're demonstrating that you're trustworthy, that you're a professional, you know what's going on, right? How about yourself, Chris?
Yeah, make sure on the guest sheet that when you're asking that what, where, or sorry, what, when, why, who,
Yeah.
you know, you're asking follow-up questions too, just to get more of an answer out of it, because it's
Yeah.
gonna be your roadmap, exactly.
And you wanna
what
feel
you
more
said.
involved, right?
Yeah.
How about yourself, Darren?
I would say the rapport mainly because you don't want to. not bond with somebody, because then they just won't care and then they'll leave.
And in every spot, if you're selling accessories, say, hey, congratulations, you got a new vehicle, which one? Oh, I like that one too. And you know, they're nice. Hey, well, what's gonna be the biggest benefit in your life? Perfect, man. So let's take a look at what we can help you out with parts or accessories. Again, it's the same concept, but as soon as you say that, people feel good about dealing with you and they want you to help. Hey, that's pretty cool, let's accessorize your new vehicle. What were you thinking about, you know? It's pretty simple. So again, guys, thank you very much for your time. I appreciate it. Let's go downstairs. Let's keep working. And all our new guys, let's go downstairs. We'll have a little group meeting after here.
Come on, Darsh.
My bad, guys.
Show up at the end.